Okay. So this is observation number 2 for Thomas Johnson. I'm with Miss Beth Bailey, an English 1 teacher on our campus. So we did a walkthrough today, Miss Bailey, with part of the admin team, and we got to see your lesson, which was awesome. Thanks for letting us do that.
Thank you.
So your TSW. So what does TSW stand for?
The student will.
Okay, so the student will that you had posted was to use databases to conduct research for hot topic essays.
Yes.
And the students, how are the students? Well, first of all, how are you doing? You're a first year teacher. Tell me how things are going before I dig into it.
Okay, still just kind of surviving. But, fortunately, I'm on a really good team of experienced teachers that are very supportive, and they've modified lessons from previous years, so I'm using what really banking on their expertise to plan lessons and pace my instruction.
Okay.
And so, but no, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
We don't like to scare off the first year teachers, so I'm glad that you're getting the support that you need.
Yeah, not scared off yet.
Yeah. Hopefully either your team leader or your department chair has also told you that our principal and all the administrators, me included, have an open door policy. So that just means that at any time, you can come to us. You'll go through your leadership team. You'll go through them, your subject matter leaders. But if you ever have any questions or concerns or thoughts, I think we coached you on that probably during the first couple of weeks of school. But please make sure that you know that we're here. It's not a gotcha campus. We just want our teachers to succeed as much as we want our students to succeed.
Thank you. I feel supported, but I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll get back to it. So the purpose of the walkthroughs is it's an informal observation. The objective is to note all the great things that you're doing and then get feedback, if there is any, regarding what could you do different, how could you improve a little bit, just little tips and tricks to make you even better, whether that's student management or curriculum. So that's why I'll ask you questions to make sure that we're all on the same page regarding our terminology and stuff. Perfect. So the TSW again was the student will.
Sorry, that's something I
know. Yeah, it's good. I think your whole team
my mentor. Yes.
So your English 1, the student database, the design was to conduct research on hot topic issues. Hot topic being something
like opposing viewpoints, things that are in the news that have, they're timely, and they're debatable. There's usually, 2+ sides to the argument. I guess you could also call it opposing viewpoints.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Your students were working with partners, and the objective was also to create a bibliography and specifically to use the opposing viewpoints database.
Correct. Yeah. And I put them in partners so that they could help each other.
Yeah.
And then I think it's better than working in isolation on something like that. They could help each other pull it together and then submit it to me, and I can provide immediate feedback, and they can go back and revise and fix it. So that was kind of my thought.
Yeah, and they were submitting on Schoology, so you could see things right away.
Yeah. Okay. So so I was at my desk, and those were instructions as part of the documents that they opened in Schoology was to work with a partner, but you each have a file and submit it to me and just wait for feedback. And I made notes out to the side on things from, if anything, that they needed to change on their bibliographies. Yeah,
which is great. The partnering, that's a great go-to. I use it all the time. Putting them together. Sometimes bigger partner groups, sometimes smaller.
Right. Ideally, I guess it's better to do it when you can partner maybe somebody that needs help with somebody that knows the content. But this was so new. Yeah. I think most people were at the starting block on this assignment.
Yeah.
So
And it's also early in the year, so that
true, yeah, and I don't know them as well as I will.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so the objective was to learn to use the databases, find and save an article, and save the sources and bibliography.
Yes.
You had that posted, which was great. I loved seeing that on your Promethean board. Your TEKs were English 1, 11A, develop questions for inquiry, 11E, locate relevant sources,
Yep.
and then 11H to cite sources.
Yep.
So here's what I saw, and then right after an observation, when we have 3 of us come through, we'll get together 5 or 10 minutes as administrators, and we'll just say, "Hey, what'd you see? What'd you see? What was great? Oh, I didn't see that." And it was like, "Oh, I didn't see that."
Yeah.
So I collected those notes, and that's what I'll talk about. So give me just a few minutes to kind of spew that out,
Nope,
and then we
that's
can
good.
talk about it. So the collective observations were that the teacher had preloaded learning through videos that were provided by the campus librarian.
Yeah.
And a library is close to my heart, so I appreciate you using the librarian
Yep.
as a resource. That they were posted on Schoology to teach using databases, specifically opposing viewpoints, which is one of our high school databases that we spend a bunch of money on. So that's good because we look good when we have use of the databases.
Good.
You began the lesson by asking what had the students learned through the videos, because you flipped
Yes.
part of the classroom.
Yes.
Asking students to identify the main steps, and then together, students, meaning you and the students together, repeated the basic steps that you went and you searched, you found an article, you sent the article to Google Drive, and that you saved the citation, which you can do using the Gale databases.
Yeah. I want him to remember that going, forward with not just research that we do in English 1, but 2, 3, 4, and in college there's a really a quick process. I always tell the students that when I did research, we would go to the library and spend so much time to find. The quality of research was pretty weak, and they have these great databases where they spend just a few minutes and they can find so much quality materials, articles to use in their research. But now the onus is on them to determine how to synthesize those sources and really pick out what from each article what they need to include in their final product. So
I appreciate you saying that. It's something I used to tell to my students, because when I taught social studies, we did some research and some writing, and I always tell them that I wish I was you, the students, because you can do now in 10 minutes what it would take me 10 days.
Absolutely, definitely,
We collectively we observed that most of the students were on task. It was obvious which 3 or 4 students hadn't prepared, the ones that hadn't. But I and we really noticed that you went over the basic steps, that you instructed those students to put on their headphones and to watch the videos there while the other ones moved forward. And that you checked with them after just a few minutes, and you say thumbs up, thumbs down, which is another great tool. So you got some good coaching on that, which was all thumbs up. And as the students finished, you partnered the students together, allowing them to go into a flex space in the hall to work on their bibliographies for the ones who are at that point. Which is great. That I like seeing that, because that autonomy, and students really know that you trust them. If you say, "Hey, you can head out into the hallway," they're like, "Oh my goodness," And so that can go along with.
And those that finish first, no. I infer that they know what they're doing. They're not going to go sit in the hall and work on their project and then not be able to submit something to me, or at least that's my observation so far.
I think you're right. And also you placed yourself, even though you're trusting the students to be in the hallway, it was also obvious that you were placed in a position where you could see both in and out of the classroom, so there were no issues there either. So a little bit of constructive ideas would be maybe a missed opportunity would be that there was one student who had his ear pods in and wasn't watching video. So I don't know, you may not have even seen that because he had his little beats going,
No.
but they're so small. We had three of us who could catch one, and we noticed that you didn't catch that. Not a big deal, but if we can.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's I was really nervous and being new to this and having so many of y'all observe, and it gets really crowded in there with 28 students and all their backpacks and stuff. So it's really hard to move around the classroom sometime, but I will look for that.
And that's another great opportunity is the students had their backpacks with them in their desks, and that's could lead to congestion, right? If you've got to walk and then you're sitting there trying to dodge, you may think about.
I haven't figured that out yet because I don't know how to get to the Promethean board if they put them all under the Promethean board. I'll find out. I'll figure that out. That's my problem. I'll figure it out.
It's low on the priorities, right? But it's something that could be helpful so you can get from point A to point B a little bit faster.
Right.
I think you've got a shelf. Some teachers have had shelves in their room where that's where you put the backpacks, is either on or around the shelf. But 28, that may be a little bit much. So maybe if we need to get you shelves or find something else.
I'll look and see what the other teachers do, but I definitely need to figure out something so that I can still move around the classroom and get to the Promethean board and to individual students.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
For sure. Thank you.
See, same thing, 2 with the beats on. See, overall, I really enjoyed the lesson. It was great. I love hearing about the online research because we're going to have to do that for the next 4 years, building the bibliographies. What was the other thing? That really appreciate you also. Part of our school culture now, I know that you're aware because we've gone through the coaching on this, but it's not only new to you, but it's new to all of us. The new state law that says no electronic devices in the classroom. So with the exception of the one kid with the tiny beats, you didn't have anybody in your classroom that was on a cell phone, on a wristwatch, or using any kind of electronic devices. So that's been a big push. The principal has emphasized that, the DI and the associate have emphasized that. So appreciated you making sure.
Well, it hasn't been easy. I subbed a lot last year, and then I did student teaching some of the hours for my alternate certification with in high school, and it's a challenge to to keep phones put away and out of sight, and but I appreciate it, and I know what a benefit it is for teachers and students. And just talking with my team, we all kind of agreed on how we were gonna do it with the pockets and come in strong from day one, and zero tolerance. So since we were all on the same page, it made it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it was apparent. We went through 3 classes, and you could tell that you guys had coordinated, which was great.
Yeah,
I appreciate you being willing to, especially as a new teacher, soak up all these ideas from more experienced teachers to see what's working. Has it been working overall? Have you had any pushback? Haven't seen any referrals come from you regarding phone stuff. So has it been a success, or have you had to kind of let it skate by a little bit? How
it's been successful. It's been stressful because I tend to be more of the disciplinarian, like when I subbed and with my own kids, to be gentle warning, and then I'm like, okay, that's it, and you can't be like that with high schoolers because you give an inch and they'll take a mile, and they don't, they kind of, some of them don't, they take advantage of kindness, I guess. Some, not all. So with my mentor teacher and with our team, I just, that's the one thing that I really had to, psych myself into walking in
Yeah.
on day one, because I know, because it's a law. It's not just a campus
Yeah.
thing now. Is to walk in and say, this is how it's going to be. There's no questions asked. No, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
You walk in, cell phones go up there. That's how you get counted present. And, so I would really like to see it, like the school decide if it's going to be a wooden crate or like a shoe bag hanging on the door or something. And everybody uses the same tool and everybody has the same speech and the same expectation in every single class, because that's what I was noticing from students. Well, Mr. or Miss So-and-so doesn't make us do that, or they'll let us have an earbud in and leave our phones in our backpacks, or when we're done, they'll let us get their, our phones out, or, it's different from class to class. And I don't know, maybe I'm more of a literal, I use a more literal interpretation of the law and the policy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a lot.
No,
but that's
well,
just
I'm glad you brought this up, because that prompted me for a couple things. One is, you're always welcome. I mean, I know you're a first-year teacher. This is new for you, but we have a leadership committee. And the leadership committee isn't just the principal, dictating to everybody. It's really the administration listening. Hey, what do you guys think? How could we do this better? How could we do this better?
Yeah.
Would love to have you on there. We could use some fresh energy. We've had a lot of retirements lately.
Yeah.
So if that's something that interests you.
Absolutely. That would be really cool.
We'd love to see you on that. The other one is, are you familiar with Harry Wong? Have you ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah. We got his book.
Yeah, that was going to be my next suggestion. Is we've got his book in the professional library, in the library.
Yeah.
He's since passed, but I saw him speak a couple times, magnetic guy. And his book helped me a lot, especially through the first years, to have those expectations, and which you've already done a great job setting out. But if you have, if you want to learn more, move it up a little bit, then Harry Wong's a great place to start. And I've got a copy.
I need to go. I have one. They gave us one as part of the program, and I need to get it out again and revisit it just for confidence and affirmation, because again, it's not it doesn't come natural to me to just come out of the chute, with a.
It never does. Yeah. Well, I think Harry Wong's biggest quote was, "Don't smile till Christmas."
Yeah. And that you can always, I don't know about that. I don't know. We'll see. But I do understand that you can always lighten up on expectations with students based on the class once you get to know the class. But make the same role for the whole class, enforce it until, until I feel that I can loosen up a little bit. But I don't foresee that would be something that we'd want to do with the cell phone policy, because that's campus wide. How do you loosen up on that? It's no cell phones from bell to bell. No cell phones, period.
You can loosen up on drinks, or you can loosen up on seating assignments.
Sure.
But you're right.
Right. Yeah. Bell to bell. So I'm going to stick with that.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll have more to come, but keep doing a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You made it?